Hi guys, Andy here. Now, it only feels like a few months ago that I was checking out the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. I have here the Note 3. I'm just looking through the specs on GSM Arena, and actually, it's very, very similar to the Note 2. It's kind of confusing. It's a few grams heavier, dual SIM, IPS LCD touchscreen, 5.5 inches, 1080 by 1920 pixels, MIUI 7.0. This one comes with 5.1 lollipop, whereas the Note 2 was 5.0 lollipop. The same chipset, MediaTek MT6795 Helio X10, the same octa-core 2 GHz Cortex A53, the same GPU, which is the PowerVR G6200. 3 gig of RAM as opposed to 2 gig of RAM. Same 13 megapixel camera. I mean, the only thing it does have a fingerprint sensor. So now, is it me or there's not actually a? This has come straight out of the supplier's packaging, and it's not actually got a sticker kind of saying untampered with. Tips for SIM card: please do not use SIM card adapter to convert and insert SIM card to your phone. Okay. If the battery of your phone is removed, so it's a fairly standard thing. Oh, we've got a screen protector in there. Should we want one? Now let's just pop that aside and just check first of all what's in the box. Okay, so they're not too useful for me. That's not too useful for me. We've got a SIM ejection tool. Lots of Chinese stuff, basically. Xiaomi, although they're the third biggest, maybe fourth, maybe third, phone distributor, manufacturer on the planet, they're not particularly big in either Europe or America. So they are generally, they generally do just sell in China, and they're still the third biggest. So that was like that. Regular. Oh, is that a? Yeah, regular micro USB. And obviously, that's not a lot of use to me either. But that's fine. Excuse me, if I can get it back in. Anyway, there we go. Pop that back in. So let's put it all back together. Nearly. So let's have a look at the actual device. So it feels pretty solid. Let's go ahead and peel off the screen protector and peel off the back protector. So the fingerprint sensor looks very much like it does on the new Nexus devices. Square in the middle of the back, which actually I very quickly came to like. Let's just go ahead and get it booting up. Hopefully, there we go. I mean, the only problem is when it's on a desk and you have to then lift it to get your finger to it. I mean, obviously you can power there and put the password in if you really need. And also when it's in a phone mount in my car, obviously you can't particularly easily get to the fingerprint sensor. But you can, you can smart lock it to things. So if you connect to your car stereo, you can tell it you don't need to lock. So, some capacitive buttons down the bottom. It looks like a menu, home and a back. It's booting up there. Look, so we've got power button on the side and volume button just above. Therefore, nothing on the other side apart from the SIM slot. On the bottom there's our micro USB charging point off center. Interesting. Generally I prefer center, but I guess there's no real issue with it being off center. And it looks like the microphone on the top. That actually looks like an IR blaster. I'll have to have a look if it really is. The 3.5 inch headphone jack, obviously. On the back, we've got a speaker down the bottom. That actually looks like it's got a little lip like that comes off. But it doesn't look like it's a removable back or a removable battery. The battery, I didn't mention, that is another area they've improved. This. Yeah, non-removable, LiPo 4,000 milliamp hours. Interesting. So 4,000 milliamps powering only a 1080p screen might work out quite well. So further up, as we've mentioned, the fingerprint sensor, the 13 megapixel camera with, I don't know if is that dual tone flash. Yep. So let's have a look around the. Now the screen's come on. It is worth noting my Note 2 was full of malware. So very quickly I'd logged in already and everything, and very quickly I was seeing adverts in my notification bar, and then occasionally massive big full screen adverts. So I mean, I think I'm going to have to log in anyway. Log into Wi-Fi and I'll log into my one account. So bear with me while I log in, and I will be right back. That was probably one of the biggest gaps I've ever had in an unboxing video. It's got to have been hour and a half. I've been fiddling. First thing it came in with, it had a big update, and it was a full ROM download. It was 700 meg. I thought, okay, well, yeah, go on then. Let's get that done, and then I'll carry on with the unboxing. I can go and iron a shirt or something, which I did. It did the update. Then I was thought, okay, well, let me install Geekbench. It's always handy to run a benchmark during the unboxing, and Google Play Store wouldn't let me download anything, giving me errors. I tried wiping the data. I thought, well, do you know what? Let's just do a factory reset, because opinion on the internet was, you can wipe the Google Play Store and it would fix it. I thought, I'm just going to do a factory reset. We've done the ROM update. Let's start fresh, which I did. Went through the usual setup, logging into Wi-Fi. Then realised that there wasn't the Google Play Store on the device. So then I've started Googling about that. How do I install Google Play on MIUI? And there's a post on the MIUI forum which links to a Google installer with lots of sort of hieroglyphics, Chinese writing in it as well, .apk, so I've downloaded that, put that on the phone, run that. And that basically sort of says, okay, right, what bits do you want to install? Well, you need to install the framework, you need to install this, that, and the other. And it goes through for you, basically installs all those bits and pieces. So then I come back out and I've got the Play Store, and I can go into the Play Store, and then actually it seems to let me download and install things. Brilliant. So I installed Google Keyboard, Geekbench, Open Camera. There is a camera on there. Interestingly, a few of the apps, it says, aren't compatible with this device. Quite a lot of them with this version. I'm not sure, because I also tried SwiftKey and it said the same thing. So I've obviously got some wrinkles to iron out, but I have been able to install other bits and pieces. And actually, just before we go into that, 2 updates. We'll come back to that. I'm not mucking about with things any further in that respect. So while we're here, there's a couple of things to do. I can't remember now where. There it is, battery and performance. Now I'm going to crank it up to performance. And power, somewhere there's a few power options there. Look, only got 33%. It says it's 16 hours, which is plenty. Battery use. There we go, battery indicator, sorry. And I'm looking for percentage, so we can actually see at the top there, battery percentage. Another thing that's worth doing almost straight away, if I can find downloads, there it is. This downloads app basically controls a lot of other things. I'm going to go to settings, and so it says wait for wireless LAN if file size exceeds 1 megabyte. When was this software written? 1982. So we're going to go to unlimited, because that's how I rock. Because that will cause you problems. If you come off Wi-Fi and you start trying to install things on the Play Store, it goes, no can do, because it's bigger than, almost everything's bigger than 1 meg. So that's a little tip for you. Goodness. So, yeah, I've even started getting ready for work. It's been taking so long to just do this unboxing. I have set up, so when I did the factory reset, I have set up the fingerprint reader. All seems, I've only used it a couple of times. I keep forgetting to actually use it. Turn it on, and it's asking for the password, obviously. So I press the fingerprint. But it's the usual procedure. Press and hold, press and hold, press and hold, move it a little bit each time. I've only got the one finger registered at the moment, but obviously I can come back and register more. I've set up, again, so I installed YouTube. It was working fine, brilliant. Tap on YouTube. First of all, it's taking ages looking for an account. I've come back out, let's leave it. Then I've tapped it again a short while later, and it's telling me your device doesn't support Google Services Framework or something like that. Oh my goodness, here we go. I guess I've gone in and looked at the accounts, and it says it's syncing. Well, maybe Maybe I'll just wait a little while longer. And I'd waited another 30 seconds and tapped YouTube again. And then up came the account picker, you know, when you've logged in and you've got a few different accounts to your, well, maybe you don't, but I do. And I have to say, right, this one, okay, that's not a bad score, 798. And then on the multi-core, 4,536. For example, that multi-core will beat a Nexus 6P, which is quite interesting. It doesn't catch up with my Note 5, which scores 5,000 plus, well, sometimes a little bit lower. But that's not a bad score at all. Let's have a look quickly at the camera then. Remember photo locations? Yeah, why not? So, the screen does look quite nice there, doesn't it? Some will go, yeah, that's fine. So that's a quick snap indoor. I mean, I'm reasonably well lit up with my... That doesn't look bad, actually. I seem to remember the camera being something that disappointed me on the Note 2. And it looks to be the same camera from what I see, you know, did I say 13? 13 megapixel. It seemed fairly quick shutter release. I mean, almost instant, really. HDR is off. We can turn that on. So that's a bit of a slower release for it to do the HDR. All round that seemed pretty good though. So now let's nip in and try the speaker out. Alright, I didn't realise you could select cardboard. Right, let's crank it on up to... So that sounds pretty good. It looks pretty good. So there we go. Wow. I mean, it's probably only actually a fairly short video, but for me that's taken ages. All round, first impressions, yeah, it's quite a nice device. It feels quite good in the hand. Oh, let's show you the fingerprint sensor. So it's not too bad. I don't know that it's quite as quick as the Nexus 6P, but it seems fairly reliable. I'd see, I almost missed it. Well, it looks fine, but as you can see there, I mean, that was 4 out of 4. So no, it seems so far it's not failed me once actually. Seems pretty good. Screen looks, if the camera will focus, screen looks pretty good to me. So a few hassles initially, just getting things set up, but all seems to be okay now. So I can crack on, start doing some different tests with it. Camera tests, benchmark tests. I'll be testing against my Note 5, my 6P, probably my Moto G 3rd Gen because they're similar prices. Let me know if you have any particular questions. But otherwise, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so because there will be more Note 3 videos coming out over the next week or two. It's going to be a bit tricky because right now, time of recording, it's the 21st of December. Christmas is right upon me, so I might not have too much time. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. Anyway, so my name's Andy. I will catch you all again soon.